Good afternoon. Today it's about 6:30 on Sunday, July the 5th. Happy 250th anniversary, United States. I'm going to do a series of a couple of videos. This first one right now that I'm going to post is kind of about how I'm doing on my 2026 weight loss journey. And I have lost what count it is since January 1st. It's July 5th, so whatever that is mathematically. I haven't really gained any weight, maybe a couple pounds. I'm struggling with eating peanuts. I'm not eating sugar, but I am eating way too much peanuts. I do need to work on that. I didn't eat anything today that is untoward, but I've been craving peanuts, so I don't know what that's about. So I'm struggling a little bit with that. So there's issues with that. That's sort of where my struggle is. I had a problem for about a week with a pretty bad pinched nerve in my back. Kind of felt like maybe not sciatic, but a little bit of sciatica. My low back, I cleaned my cat box out and twisted wrong and threw my back out for over a week, and it was very painful to walk. So now that that's finally corrected, it doesn't hurt anymore. I haven't gotten back into walking, and I should. So I'm down on the walking, and the corn on the bottom of my foot seems to have calloused over, so that's not hurting. So I have no excuse not to exercise. I just haven't done it. That's my excuse. I didn't do it. I do need to work on that. That is something that, going into July now, I need to do it. I have my little wading pool that I am getting into. I did not get into it today because I got in it yesterday, and today I won't say it was a bad day, but in my neighborhood, they really like to shoot off those bomb type fireworks, and that freaks my dog out. So I was up until after 1:00 this morning. So I didn't get a lot of sleep. So I just didn't want to bother with getting in the pool. And after I'd taken my shower, and I'm like, I don't want to put a bathing suit on. I don't want to get in the pool. Because as lovely as it is to get in the pool, physically getting in the pool and physically getting out of the pool is not an easy prospect. I don't do it gracefully. I'm 275 to 280 pounds. It's not easy to do. There is some pain. I'm not super strong in the upper body, so having to maneuver some extra weight around in a little pool sitting on concrete, even though I have like a cushion, rubberized cushion mat under it, it doesn't negate that it's not easy. So I didn't want to do it. So I didn't, but I probably will tomorrow, because now that we're getting into July, in where I live in Sacramento, it's going to be warm for the next 2 or 3 months, probably through September, mid to late September. It's going to be warm enough to use a wading pool. So I want to do that. And so I'm looking forward to that. So pretty much that's sort of what's going on with the health wise. I haven't done the exercising like I should, because one, for that 4 or 5 days, I had the corn on the bottom of my foot that just made walking very painful. And then I threw my back out cleaning the cat boxes and was down for more than a week with that. And walking was painful, sleeping was painful, everything to do with, I was so hunched over, I couldn't even stand upright. I can at least stand upright now. So I have no excuse. I will start walking the dog. My dog wants me to walk her. She's like, please walk me. So it's one of those, I have to start doing it early in the morning, because now that we've approached July, now that we're in July in Sacramento, it can be, 80, 85 degrees at 7 a.m. So I'm going to have to get the dog out the door by 7 o'clock, probably walking around the neighborhood where it's not 100 degrees by 1 o'clock or something. So I'll have to start doing that earlier, which would be very good for her. She would love that. And honestly, it won't hurt me. It'll be a blessing for me. So I need to do that. On a side note, when it comes to my patio, it's progressing. I planted my Yukon Gold potatoes yesterday. So I hopefully will have a harvest in October. So I don't think I'll plant any more. I might not harvest both bags at the same time. Might wait a week or two on that. I am planning on, I'm trying to grow some green beans, but I don't know how well one of the bags of green beans is going to grow. So we'll see. I do plan on trying to plant some red Nantes carrots come probably August 1st to the first week or two of August to plant some carrots. And then a couple of weeks after that, maybe by September, mid-September, I'll plant another bag because I want to try and get the carrots to coincide with Thanksgiving. I'd like to be able to pull 4 or 5 carrots for Thanksgiving and cook those up when I make my chicken. I don't usually do turkey for Thanksgiving, but I'd like to be able to do that. And these are supposed to be really nice, red Nantes, slightly sweeter. And Nantes are supposed to be a really good type of carrot, so I'm going to try that. I'm also going to try and grow 1 or 2 purple broccoli, and I think I'm going to do some reading up on that. But things are progressing. I have some blooms coming out on my lemon tree, but I've also ended up with these black, I think they call them like black aphid thingies. They're super tiny on new leaves that have come out. So I had to buy some insecticidal soap. I had neem, but I don't really like the neem. So I'm going to look into the insecticidal soap. But I'm also coming out every day and picking off some of the new leaf growth that is producing the where the little aphids are, and picking those off, and we're squirting them down and rubbing them off, and I'm trying to do that to keep it in check of that. But on the whole, my garden is progressing quite nicely. I do have a tomato vine that is very yellow. I don't know the nature of why it's yellow, but it's kind of yellow. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. And my crookneck squash, one of the plants that I planted, I pulled up. It didn't do too well anymore. And I have another one that's here, but it's got some green growth on it, but it has no flowers. Peanut, no, it has no flowers, so I don't know what to do with that. I did plant what was it? I think I tried to plant, I'm growing a rainbow bell pepper plant that I tried to plant in the same bag with the crookneck squash vine. So I don't know if it'll take off, what'll happen with that. It might come to nothing. So we'll see. So my garden is progressing. Things are nice. I have some extra flowers for pollinators, so I could try and attract some bees to pollinate my lemon tree, because I do see some buds. However, I did do some research on how to pollinate the Meyer lemon flowers, so I can hopefully get some fruit this year, because all of the fruit, when the blossoms opened up back in March, it produced some fruit and then it all dropped off. So I don't know the nature of that. Got to look into that. Maybe I have to keep it watered well or something. I'm not really sure. Hopefully it won't be an issue, but we'll see. So I have nothing more to say about that, and I'm going to do another video, and it's going to focus more on my faith. So this is just to do with my weight loss journey. So I will end the video now. This is Julia Carroll in my 2026 weight loss journey, and I will post this video, and then I'll get into another video I'm going to do. So take care from Julia Carroll and JB's Brick Shack for selling Lego and, my weight loss journey. Take care. Bye-bye.